Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Welcome to my YouTube channel modernworkplacesecurity.com. So in this YouTube channel I do post video related to the Intune, Microsoft security related component like the Defender, Microsoft Sentinel, Purview and SECM. So this YouTube channel is for the team who manage the endpoint devices as well as the who manage the security. So if you are managing the security, or if you are the Intune admin or the SECM admin who know how to manage this particular how to manage the devices, so this particular video is gonna very informative for you. And in this video we will be covering the lab as well. I do have my test tenant where we will be enabling the Microsoft Sentinel, and we'll see how that particular component work and how these components are tied to other components as well. So this particular video is gonna very informative for you guys. So I request you please keep particular video till the end so that you will get the full understanding. And if you have any comment or any questions, you can drop in a message on this YouTube channel. I'll try to answer it. But in this video, this particular video gonna approx 40 to 50 minute. This is long, I know, but one video will summarize you everything so that you will understand from basic to advanced and why each component are necessary for this particular thing. So in this video will be covering the concept, lab, KQL and SOAR technology. This is related to the Microsoft Sentinel only. So what we will be covering today? So we will be covering the real world gap, what conditional access policy missing. If you do not know the conditional access policy, compliance policy, I will be covering that particular point in a minute as well. What is the Sentinel? Quick explainer for the Intune and SCCM admin. It's for the both. It's for the security team and the UC team who manage the devices. So again, next thing is this same versus SOAR plus versus conditional access policy. I will be clearing the confusion if company is using the conditional access policy to block the bad actor access. Why we need the same and SOAR? Because this particular question asked by multiple admin. So I will be answering that question. The prerequisite plus architecture. As I mentioned, I will be setting up the lab. So we'll discuss about the what all the prerequisites are needed for this configuration. We will be configure the Azure setup. In Azure, we will be configure the log analytics workspace, which is a prerequisite again for the Sentinel. Then we will collect the data. Will connect the Intune data so that it will get the all these logbooks will get all the contents from the Intune to it will store here, and on top of that Sentinel will monitor it. The KQL query I will show you some basic KQL query, and I'll explain you how the KQL and what with the KQL query you can do some from the database. You can pull some report which will help, which is always helpful for admin to troubleshoot and understand about the ongoing activity. The analytics rule will be building an alert. This is a build as SIEM alert. We will be building a SIEM alert policy deleted outside hours. Then we will be building a SOAR playbook as well. This is again the Sentinel playbook, and we will be enabling the Sentinel alert. Then how this particular, if you are managing the device, if you're not fully in tune, if your device managed by Intune and SCCM, how that particular component you can utilize it, and what is the production checklist. Let's move on. Okay, so the gap conditional access cannot close. Friday at 11:47 p.m. user trigger a compliance validation into mark non-compliance conditional access policy block exchange job done, right? So if the device is compliance non-compliance, then conditional access policy immediately block the access. And if you do not know the what is the conditional access policy, how things work, so let me this is very important for you to understand. What is the conditional access policy? Conditional access policy is your front door policy. It fire a sign in time and make a binary decision, allow, block or grant with the conditions, with the condition like the MFA, compliance devices, approved app. It's not identity aware and risk aware, but it reactive to the login event only. Once user sign in after passing all these conditions, then conditional access policy will stop watching it. So conditional access policy basically it evaluate all the configuration, like if the device is compliant, then only it will allow the company access resource. If the not, if it will not allow. So after doing the validation, it will either block the access, or it will either stop the access. So this is once the access is blocked, or once the access is allowed, the conditional access policy job done. It will not do anything beyond that. Okay, so now let's talk about the compliance policy. The compliance policy we can configure in a Intune. So what compliance policy does? It extends the coverage to the device ongoing health. If the device is encrypted, if the OS is patched, if the Defender is running, that feeds a single signal back to the enter ID. So CA can determine block access from the device that become a non-compliance after it initially granted access. Together, CA, conditional access policy, and compliance policy is solid zero trust posture, but only for the Microsoft managed identity and devices, not for the any third party solution, or not for the on-prem solution as well. So the condition compliance policy in nutshell, compliance policy is a set of rule which we can configure in a Intune, and based on a rule, that particular device can become a compliance or non-compliance. If your device is non-compliance and your conditional access policy is signal, if your device is non-compliance, it pass the signal to the Azure AD sign in, and conditional access policy then decide it, we need to grant the permission for the application or not. So here is the honest gap between the, although conditional access policy and compliance policy work to secure your environment, but there is a gap. So what's the gap? So gap is both these device tool are preventing the control with with a very narrow scope. They do not see your firewall log, your server logs, your AWS workloads, or your SaaS application outside the Microsoft ecosystem. They do not correlate signals. If attacker does a suspicious intra sign in, then move in literally on an on-prem server, the extra, then the then they can do much on the on your environment, right? No signal policy sees the full story. So you will be not able to detect what's going on in your environment and what bad actor is doing on your environment. That's why the we need this SIEM, the Sentinel one. I'll be they do not if bad actor is enter it, right, by any chance they pass the compliance policy, and they pass the conditional access policy authentication, and they enter it, right, and after that what they are doing, you do not have any visibility. If you do not have any same integration, right, you do not have the visibility what bad actor is doing on your environment. So if you do not have visibility, there is no investigation layer. You cannot do the investigation what happened and what's going wrong. So conditional access policy, compliance access policy do not have, they have no memory of attackers pattern over the time. Each CA evaluate as a stateless. That's where SIEM and SOAR become necessary. So that's why it's very important to track what's going on in environment, and what is the loophole in an environment, right? So let's talk about the SIEM is a part. There is a two component of the Sentinel. One is the SIEM and second is the SOAR. So what is the SIEM? SIEM is the micro security information and event management. Sentinel is the Microsoft Cloud native SIEM. Its job is to single pane of glass across your environment, not just a Entra and Intune, but Defender XDR, Microsoft Defender for endpoint, Microsoft Defender for identity, Microsoft Defender for Office 365, Microsoft Defender for application alert. So by default, each and every component has the some sort of event which it capture in their database. But if you want to correlate collect all the different event to one single pane of glass, then you need the Sentinel one, right? Uh, it can collect the data from the event log detail from the different tools as well. So Azure AD, Entra sign in, audit log, Azure AD, resource log, on-prem Active Directory, right? Logs, firewall network applications like the Palo Alto, Cisco, Frontline, Linux endpoints, AWS CloudTrail. So I'm giving you all these different third-party tool, all these data you can also collect by the Sentinel, right? Third-party SaaS application like the Salesforce, Okta, and ServiceNow. It inject all of these log analytics and then run a KQL based analytic rule to detect pattern that span multiple resource. Think think no single product can see its on, right? For example, user failed a 10 MFA prompt Entra, then successfully authenticated from an anonymous IP. Defender for identity then run a net user domain on a domain controller. This is the single incident, right? That correlation is what SIMs give you. So multiple bad actor try to hit the multiple thing, then only they will be getting an access, right? They will be first try to break your identity, then they will be try to get access of your application. So each and individual application logs is different. It's very hard for you to track it. Now let's talk about the different component, which is again very important. So once the SIM is collected all the log, right? What the next component, the SOAR. SOAR is the security orchestration, automation, and response. Once Sentinel surface an incident, someone has to respond. Traditionally, that was the level 1 analytics manually doing the respective task, disable the user, isolate the machine, block the IP, open a ticket. So automate those response action through the playbook. This is again a very useful, uh, because if you will rely on a level 1 analytics, that there will be delay, right? And it will take some time to investigate, but SOAR will automate do the automation for you. SOAR automate those response or action through the playbook, logics app, and in a Sentinel case. So a typical playbook might receive an alert from the Sentinel, high sensitive sign in from the any suspicious IP, automatically revoke the all the activity session in Entra, isolate the device in a Defender, post that incident to the Teams channel, create a P1 incident in a ServiceNow for with the full context. Cool, that's what, right? It will fully automate your process, right? That's why the Sentinel is very important. With that, you can the Sentinel will detect the suspicious activity. It will automate everything, and it you just need to monitor it. It's SOAR the real time response. It will collect all these information in a real time, and it will notify also you to on a by the respective channel, right? By the teams and other email. So why the EUC team security team especially need this one? And a EUC plus security engineer, there's how this land in your day-to-day job. UC perspective, you manage thousands of endpoint. Compliance policy tell you a device non-compliance, but they do not tell you why it went non-compliance or where it user device take attack. Sentinel investigate Defender for endpoint data let you see if the non-compliance is routine patch gap or sign-in activity or the temper attempt. So again, this will help you to do the investigation. And nowadays automation is a trend. You as a senior UC or the senior security engineer, you must be doing all these things, because that's a market trend. You must be knowing it. So I'd request you to watch this particular video till last, so that you will get lots of more information. This is just starting, so I'm just setting up a base for now, but I will be covering more detail in a lab detail and other thing as well. So Defender point security point of view, security perspective, Defender XDR is an excellent man. In a it's a Microsoft only view. The moment your environment has a non Microsoft SaaS on-prem infrastructure or Microsoft multi cloud, which almost every enterprise does, you have a blind spot. Sentinel close these gaps and give you the unified incident view that Defender alone cannot, right? So it's very important for the company. Okay, let's jump in. I hope you have you get the basic information, what how it relate with each component. If you have a question, just drop in a comment. I'll respond it. Move on. Let's move on. So, how the integration work, right? I talk about the different tool right now. Let's understand how this particular integration will work, right? I'll show you how this particular integration will work. Okay, so let's move on. So the how this integration work together. There are multiple tools we will be using in our lab environment, and you need to understand first, right, how this tool is integrated. Well, the first tool in our lab, we will be more focused on Intune. So first component we'll be using the Intune. Why the import Intune? So with the Intune, we can get the compliance status of this device, whatever the compliance rule we configured. Based on the rule, device will get an status of the compliance or non-compliance. Then we can do the audit, operations and devices log. From the Intunes, we can collect all these settings. The diagnostic setting, the pipeline that send a log out of Intune. So we will be enabling the diagnostic setting in Intune portal, so that it will forward all the log to the um, uh, respective component, right? The respective component is a log analytics workspace. So what log analytics workspace is a Azure database. Sentinel read it from here. So Sentinel will not read anything directly from the Intune. It will read from the Azure database. So you need to create a Azure database, so that all the information from the Intune, it will store to the Azure Analytics workspace. Then the Microsoft Sentinel. The Microsoft Sentinel is the SIEM and SOAR, which I explained you, plus the detection automation rule, plus Microsoft 365 Defender connector, MDE, Microsoft Defender for endpoint, Microsoft Defender for identity, Microsoft Defender for office. Alert flow directly into the Sentinel, no extra cost on a E5. So you can enable all these auditing, so that all these alert will directly come to the Sentinel. Sentinel does not store data itself. It's read from the log analytics workspace, create the workspace first, then enable the Sentinel on the top. So the Sentinel will not store any data, but it will read all the logs or the events which are there in a log analytics workspace. Now the very important things, Sentinel 1 and Microsoft Sentinel. These both the names look similar, and most of the I have seen many question, they are confused, the admins are confused. Is both a tool are same or the different? No, it's different, completely different companies and product. This video cover Microsoft Sentinel only. So Microsoft Sentinel is the SIEM and SOAR solution, but the Sentinel one is the EDR and endpoint detection response solution, which is provided by the third party, and it's similar to the CrowdStrike. Whatever the information alert triggered from the endpoint, it may isolate the device, it will pull all this information. But the main thing what I want to clear from this video is the Sentinel plus Microsoft Sentinel 1 plus micro equal to not equal to the Microsoft Sentinel. Both are the different tool from the different company. Okay, so same plus SOAR plus conditional access policy, right? So let's understand. I think I already given you the basic overview what is the different, but let's reiterate it so that you will get more idea on this. I want to so most of the admin I ask, right, they say if the conditional access policy already block the non-compliance device and the risky user, then why do we need a Sentinel or SOAR? It's a great question, and the answer is that they are not competing. It's not competing, they are the layers. Let me show you where each one operate. So conditional access policy act as a so conditional access policy act as a bouncer at door. It check your identity, your device compliance at that moment. You try to access something, you looks fine, you get in simple and fast, right? You do not you upset you have the green signal, you can enter it and you can do whatever you want on your on the inside the club, right? It will not monitor anything what you are doing. So conditional access policy job is just to validate your identity, and if you have the all these requirement, if you have the company requirement, it's pass, then it will allow you. But here's the limitation. Once you are inside, the bouncer has no idea what you are doing. The conditional access policy only act at the point of access. It cannot see behavior that happened after the login. The Sentinel one is the full security system inside the building, camera, motion sensor, analytics. It watch what is happening continuously, not at just at your door. So when it see something suspicious, it can connect the dot across multiple data source. For example, a conditional access policy would not know that legitimate conditional access policy does not know what after doing the entering, after entering to the after getting the credential, what you are doing. Are you copying file to the USB at 2 a.m.? But Sentinel watch it. Was the endpoint by the defender for endpoint log can detect and that usual behavior and raise an alert. Okay, so what SOAR does, it's a rapid response team. When the Sentinel raise an alert, instead of waiting for a human analytics to notice this, log in, investigate and manually take action. SOAR file a playbook, automatically disable the account, revoke the session, post to the team, create a ticket. All these are within a 60 second of the detection. So this is a very powerful. So here's the compromission. So here's the thing, right? If you created a multiple run book playbook, right, so that will automatically detect and block your action and take the action and report back as well. That's a very powerful combination. So in this video again I'll be next thing I will be we will be now preparing for the lab setup, how to do it, and what all needed for this lab. Okay, let's jump in. So lab prerequisite. So I do have a Microsoft E5 trial license, right? It's already there, it's ready. Azure subscription, I do have the Azure subscription. Log Analytics workspace, we will be creating a Log Analytics workspace here. Then Microsoft Sentinel is not enabled in my environment, I'll be enabling it. Then will be already I do have the two device onboarded to my Intune. Those both the devices are compliance, right? And we will be I'll show the demo in the environment. The Microsoft team configuration team is already enabled, so I will set up a demo so that whatever the activity bad actor did, they will be getting a notification on a teams as well. So local AD plus Entra Connect. So in my lab, I do have the local Active Directory, right? And it's connected with the Entra, which is the hybrid identity in peace. So this is what we will be doing it in this lab. It will be gonna interesting. So keep watching it and you will get more information. Okay, so let's set up the Azure log workspace analytics plus Sentinel one. Okay, so now I'm in a Intune, sorry, portal.azure.com, which is the Entra portal. What we will be doing it, we will be creating a log workspace first. So for this, you need to search for the log analytics here. Log analytics, right? And then we will be creating a new workspace here because I do not have the any workspace to select it. It is my test tenant. Again, I am repeating you. So that's um it does not have the anything set up yet. So let's create it. So for now, we'll create it and I'll giving you that Sentinel lab. Okay. So say no, you do not have the permission. Okay, so it says you do not have the permission. So it look like I do not enable this analytics workspace. So let me go to the Microsoft Azure, sorry, Entra ID, Microsoft Entra ID, go to the properties, and here the access management for resources. This is not enabled. So let's enable it, save it. Okay, so successfully updated the tenant property. Now we'll go to the log workspace analytics. We'll try to create it. Subscription 1. Okay, so I fixed this issue. Now I created the subscription 1. So we'll go to the log workspace again. Log workspace analytics. I seems like my subscription was expired. That's why it was not. Let's pick this one. Sentinel demo. Okay, created. Name is the Sentinel demo. Okay. Create. So this will create a storage layer that is the actual database where all our logs will store. Sorry about that. I was doing here and there, and sometime my screen was also not paused. So keep watching it. You will be getting more information. So this was the first part which I created the Azure database. Now we will go to the. It will take some time, right? First, let it complete. Once it's completed, then we can go to the resources, then we'll see overview, right? So this is the overview of all these resources. Your deployment is completed, and now this is the our workplace ID, right? Source one. Okay, overview. Now this database created. Now we'll go to the Sentinel in a Azure portal, and I'm in a portal.azure.com. I'll be creating this. So Sentinel will monitor this database. Okay, add a Microsoft Sentinel dashboard. So we'll pick this demo one, right? We'll provide the same name. Okay, so this is our Microsoft Sentinel. Add workspace to the add Microsoft Sentinel to workspace. I'll create a Sentinel name, review, validation required information is missing or not valid. Okay, fail to fetch the error. Okay, so seems like it will take some more time to configure it. Let's try one more time. Okay, validation processed. Okay, so you can see this is one subscription is created, Sentinel one, and we can see all these demo and log analytics workspace, right? So now the next step is we need to enable the diagnostic data in Intune. For this, we need to go to the intune.microsoft.com, and here we need to go to the report. In the report section, we'll go to the diagnostic setting and add a diagnostic setting here. So what are the things we need to pull it from the Intune? So audit log, device compliance, and device. For now, I will be keeping this one only. Diagnostic setting name is the. I'm keeping the Sentinel name here. Okay, so in the diagnostic settings, what are the things we need to capture? Audit log, operation log, device. So we'll capture the device compliance or will not capture the operation log for now, and will not capture the audit log. And so Windows 365 audit log will send us to the subscription test one Sentinel demo, right? And now we'll select this one. Okay, so with this audit log, whatever the admin is doing the activity, it will capture this, right? Device activity log, device compliance, and it will save it. Let's save it. So now all the Intune data stuff will be, it will send the data to the cloud, right? To the Sentinel going forward. Now we'll go back to the Microsoft Sentinel. Now we'll connect the Microsoft 365 Defender via the data connector. This is a separate from the Intune diagnostic setting. This settings pull all your MD, MDI, MDO alert directly into Sentinel. No additional cost for the E35 customer. So we'll go to the Sentinel, right? And here, cool. So the problem was this particular Sentinel was not connected to my demo tenant. That's why it was not showing. So let me show you what I did. I've gone to the Microsoft Sentinel portal, and here the workspace, the which I created, right? Workspace that was not connected. You need to just uh, click on that, and that will give you the option to connect it, right? So this is connected now. Microsoft trial is activated, right? This particular thing is activated, and we can see all the information here. So as a next step, what we will be doing it, we will be connecting the our M365 Defender for Endpoint MDE or the Defender for Identity to the Microsoft Sentinel. So this particular workspace, I connected it. Now I'll pick this one. Okay, it's already connected. So incident creation is there, right? And okay, so now we have to make sure what all the connectors are connected. To validate it, we'll go to the Microsoft Sentinel in Azure portal. We'll look for the Microsoft Sentinel and we'll click on the connector which we created. Now here, if we'll see the configuration, in the configuration data connector tab, we have to make sure these data connector are connected so that it will pull all the information, the identity, Microsoft Defender for Identity, Microsoft MDO, Microsoft Defender for Office 35, XDR, Enter ID Premium, Cloud App. So all these MDE, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint is connected. So all these data points are connected. So now we will verify the actual data is in a Sentinel. It's flowing into Sentinel or not. I'll run some query to show you if the data is flowing in the Sentinel or not. So to open it, what I did, I just open the Sentinel workspace which we created, and here I am in a log folder, and I will be running some KQL query, crystal language query, to see if that no result found from last 34 hours. So it will not show all these things, but here the idea is you can run some query just to see the behavior of all these machines. So this particular data is still, it will take some time to run some collect some data. Data range is less than 1 hour. So let me see. No data found. Intune log about 1 hour. Okay, so you can run the query from here so that you can get more detail of how that data flow and what is going on your system, right? So the other query which I will be showing you, and all these query I will be sharing a YouTube link as well, so that you can copy it, or I'll be sharing it to my blog post, right? So that you can copy it from here, there, over there also. Okay. Okay, so now we will be creating the SIEM rule so that it will automatically investigate and it will automatically take the action. So we will be creating some SOAR rule, automation rule, so that it will automatically create an incident. It will automatically trigger a incident notification by the team. So in my lab, what we'll be doing, it will be creating a automation rule if anyone is detected the Intune compliance policy rule after the business hours. So to do this, we have to again go to the portal.azure.com, and here Microsoft Sentinel portal, and here we do have the under the configuration, click on automation. So okay, so this page has been moved to the Defender portal for optimal use the unaffected the SecOps experience. So this particular page is now in July 2016. This is also one update. All the component start moving to the Defender portal here. Okay, so we'll go to the Sentinel, right, and configuration and automation. We'll create a automation rule, create playbook with the incident trigger. Okay, so now for the automation, I was trying to connect to this particular automation here, and I was trying to create a playbook, but I do not have the access. To fix it, what we need to do, we need to go to the portal.azure.com, and here click on a resource group. I need to the access was missing, that's why it was not allowing me to do any modification. And here I need to go to the access control IAM and add a role. Microsoft Sentinel contributor. I will be providing a Sentinel contributor role to my ID. Although I do have the global admin permission, but I think that particular permission is still missing. So let me add it. I'll add my ID M365 admin. Select next, next. We'll activate. Yes, I do have the PIM role enabled. That's why I'm giving this option. Review and assign. Now we'll apply the logic app contributor app. So two access was missing, that logic application contributor and Microsoft Sentinel contributor role was missing from my ID. So let me give this, then we'll try to access this particular we'll create a playbook again. activated, review and save. Okay, so this permission role I created it. Now I will go to the Defender portal. It's M65 account only. We'll go to the intra configuration and automation here. Let's see if that particular role is fixed. Or now this, you can see the 403 error is gone. We'll see, we'll try to create it. Okay, so now you can see this particular playbook compliance policy role. Okay, so subscription is test, and Sentinel World demo. Next, Microsoft Sentinel, no connection is available. No new connection. My configuration setup API. So let me see what is this. Here, I just did the next one and click on this. This is expected behavior. Now I'll click on next and create a playbook. It will take some time to create a playbook. Okay, so this particular playbook I created it. Now let me publish it. So what I did, I created a kind of flow here. To create a flow, you need to just click on add, and once you will add it, you will see multiple options right here. Let's, for example, let's say add an action. You will see action to add it. So here, what I did, I was looking for the post a message in our team chat, so that if any incident or trigger happened, it will automatically send an message to this. For example, I created a post flow bot. Channel is channel name. I will be it will trigger a message to this channel, and the channel name is the modernworkplacesecurity.com, and this is a channel. Okay, so now what we need to do, this particular playbook is created, but when the Intune compliance deletion policy will delete, how it will recognize it, what to trigger and which playbook they need to trigger. For this, what we need to do, we need to go to the Sentinel, right? And here in the Sentinel, click on 1 second. Sentinel setting. No, not this one. Let's search here. Microsoft Sentinel, and not this one. Microsoft Sentinel. Okay, here it is, right? And if I'll go here in the configuration, so you can see it started populating the data here. So if I'll go here in this configuration, go to the analytics, I'll create a one rule. With that, it will automatically. Oh, it's all the configuration has start moving to the Defender portal. So always gradually all these things will active rule. So we'll create a active rule, create a schedule query rule here, and we'll say that Intune Compliance Policy deleted. Rule name is Intune Compliance Policy deleted. This send auto alert to Teams group. Okay. So severity, we can define the severity. We'll say high, right, and metro attack. So we can map this particular incident to this appropriate. For example, we'll see credential access collection, initial access that persistent. You can pick this one, anything, right? Status is enable. Next rule. What is the rule query? So we'll paste the rule query. Okay, so what it is doing, where the device compliance, where active display name is content deleted, right? Time generated active display. So what it will do, it will check frequently. It will checking if the any compliance policy related, and it will send an alert. So run this query in every 5 minutes. Loop up the data for a 5 minute. Start automatically, right? And then here alert threshold is greater than 0. Group all these events. Stop running query after is generated on, right, for 5 hours. Next, incident alert can be generated grouped together in an incident. Okay, enable it. Now automation, right? Add a rule. Run playbook, and it will give me that option for that compliance policy deletion. Okay, okay, apply. No playbook selected. Add action item. Only playbook configuration for the incident can be selected. A playbook appear unavailable. That means Microsoft does not have explicit permission. Okay, so not sure why it is not showing here. No Microsoft Sentinel permission. Probably it will take some time to sync it, but that's how you can pick the playbook, right? And this will give you the option automatically to play that particular option. Okay, next. Save. Right, so now look for this playbook. Why this playbook was not showing over there? Oh, it was not there created. Okay, so not sure, but I was okay. So what we covered so far, right? So we covered all these. We created this audit log, operation log, right? And I've shown you all these KQL query. We created a alert, right? All these alert. We created a playbook. So still on SCCM. So if you're still on a SCCM, switch your compliance workload to Intune in SCCM. Device compliant org log immediately start following to the Sentinel. No following, no full migration is needed. So that you can also monitor that on-prem SCCM devices log or the SCCM log here. So free tier, free first 10 GB for 31 days combined with the 200 Azure card credit. Those are there for the entire lab. Free integration benefit, E5 free integration benefit. Commentary, right? So production tip, do not enable every log category on a device one. Start with the 4 category in the lab. More data, more cost. That's it in this particular video. I know this video is long, but this particular video is will provide you the complete overview what it is doing and what how it's helpful to complete the SIEM and SOAR setup built free on E35 trial license, right? We this what these all the things we did. Next video will auto isolate a device in a Defender for endpoint when Sentinel raise a high related incident. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it, subscribe it, comment it down below. Thank you so much. Have a good day.